In today's episode, we have a quick announcement on the FX price action training program. We take a look at the dollar index and the euro USD. I take a look at setups on euro Aussie dollar and pound Swiss franc. Mintungwa has a setup on Aussie dollar JPY, and Karabu takes a look at USDZAR. We also have some action from our Discord trading room. Enjoy. Right, before we get started, just a little announcement on the FX price action training program. For those of you that don't know, we do offer free training, and we've just released our beginner's guide to Forex. For those of you that's brand new to Forex, or if you know anyone that wants to get started in Forex, we got our beginner's guide to Forex that's available now for free. And Andile will be heading the mentorship there, so if you need any help, you can get in contact with them. And of course, we also have the advanced price action trading program. So for anyone who wants to do some advanced price action training, this training program is also free. Again, we don't charge for our trading programs like the other communities because we don't need to make money from selling material. We're just looking to strengthen our community. So head over to our website if you need any information on how to join or be part of these training programs, or if you just want to read some testimonials from those traders that have completed our training program already. All right, but that's it from the announcements. Let's jump into the setups. How's it, guys? I want to start us off by looking at the dollar and the euro dollar. And I've got two pairs here shared by our rank traders. The first one is by FX Patriot, and he's looking at a short, potential short on the dollar or the Dixie. And I got this chart in front of me here, and he's looking after this market made this impulse. It had this distribution or consolidation, broke the trend line, and it's now busy flagging up back into this level of consolidation. So next week he'll be looking for shorts on this market. And I also want to share one that was shared by Karabu, those of you that know Karabu. And he's looking for a long on the euro dollar. Now you guys know that the dollar and the euro dollar is pretty much inversely correlated. So these two setups by our two rank traders are busy lining up. And he's also looking for a long on the euro dollar, looking at the 4-hour chart. Now if I can just put those side to side on my TradingView account, we are at two very key levels on both these pairs. And as you guys know, I was looking for the big long at this area, and we had this massive move before obviously the corona situation changed everything, and the dollar started pumping. But from the long-term point of view, if I can just switch to the weekly chart, from a technical standpoint, this is still the move I'm expecting from a technical point of view. But as I say now, with the corona situation, sometimes these technicals are out of the window. But I'm definitely not looking to long the dollar. I'm only looking to short the dollar or buy the euro dollar. And like I say, we are on the 4-hour. We're at this important pivot level, and at this order block or supply level, and this whole consolidation level. So definitely two interesting points here for the dollar and the euro dollar. So maybe early next week, if we find a bit of a reversal pattern, we can at the very least trade a move to the upside here and potentially catch that much bigger move. Again, you're going to need your entry rules to enter this market, but personally from my point of view, I'm only going to be looking to buy the euro dollar. Alright, and just quickly a couple of setups from my side. Looking at the euro Aussie dollar weekly chart here, we had this massive spike to the upside into this level of consolidation, and now we're expecting a bit of a move back to the downside, at least to fill this void. Now looking at the lower time frames here, like I say, we are expecting a bit of a correction to the downside, but just looking at the 4-hour time frame here, there's absolutely no momentum at the moment, and we got a lot of divergence, and we got this liquidity spike. So what I'm going to be looking for is a bit of a correction, at least to these highs, before the market could potentially come lower. So quite a nice move, even though the longer term bias for me is bearish on this. I think right now you can see that there's absolutely no momentum in this market, and any correction or bullish reversal pattern I'm going to be looking for longs. So just looking at the 15-minute time frame, we actually had quite a nice little pattern setting up here. The market took these lows, had this consolidation. As you guys know, this is a potential flip zone setup. We had the impulse, and if we get any sort of correction next week, ideally into this level. That would be the perfect level for us to get long, get a very tight stop to get a nice high reward ratio set up for next week to catch this bigger correction. And lastly, I want to share a setup on pound Swiss franc. After the market came crashing down, taking all this liquidity, I do expect the bigger move to happen to the upside. But we've reached our first level of resistance here, and we're going to be looking on the lower time frames for potentially a bit of a correction before the market goes higher and try to play this short move. So just dropping down to the 1 hour time frame, here we have a little bit of an ending diagonal, and this market broke out, and now hopefully next week after we can find a bit of a correction. And if we get a correction back into this consolidation area where the market break happened, then hopefully we can find some sort of reversal. And I'm not expecting a big move, but at least a bit of a correction, at least towards these liquidity points over here, perhaps a little bit lower to where this whole breakout started, around about this area over here. So just a little trade for early next week. It's similar to the pound JPY that we shared last week. But that's it from me. And next up is Karabu and Untungwa with some setups for you guys. Cheers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, in most of the different groups, I shared this Australia JPY. Therefore, let me just come to the point where I have to discuss it. Next week, we're expecting the Euro JPY to push aggressively to the upside. So this, it depends. This can push further. Right. Once it breaks this structure, you can also put your pending order right here. So this can trigger your pending order. We just took it right here. Let me show you why I took this here. Because if you look on the 15-minute time frame, guys, you will see that it is a nice head and shoulder pattern that has been formed over here. Okay, right, nice head and shoulder pattern that has been formed. It's a shoulder, it's a head, it's another shoulder. Yeah. Okay, therefore you can just draw your trend line accordingly, clean trend line, draw it like this. So you can also decide to because it's on a 15-minute, if you decide when it breaks this structure, you just buy, you put your stop loss below this low or below this head. So how on the 4 hour time frame are we expecting this to push upside? This is how you can trade this. You can take a trade now or put your pending order. It's up to you. But I entered a trade. I took a one lot trade over here, half here and half there. Therefore, this will push to the upside. We're expecting that when it comes here, it starts to correct. If it starts to correct, you do what you call a scaling out. It's either you take some of your profit, you keep some, and if it gives you a correction here, you're gonna just take a new trade. You have to get a correction, and it has to break before you can move your stop loss to break even. Before you can move your stop loss to break even and expect to push the last push to the upside. That's what I'm expecting on the Australia JPY. That's all from me, guys. Cheers.
Good day, traders. Welcome to our weekly market analysis. The setup I'm currently looking at, it is USDZAR on the longer time frame, on the weekly time frame. Now, what I'm currently looking at is these two demand zones which we've got over here. So what I'm expecting, it is a pullback into this demand zone for a potential buying opportunity. Now, if this level, if this zone gets negated, the next zone I will be looking for, it is to buy at this one going higher. So there are two scenarios which we could expect. Number one, we could have a similar situation which we got on Euro GBP. We could have also the Euro USD. We could have price next week strongly dropping into this demand zone and giving us that move higher. Or what we could expect, which is one of my favorites, it is a correction forming a flag. So we will be able to buy at this demand zone going higher. So these are two scenarios I'm looking for on USD ZAR. The longer term bias remains bullish. Thank you and have a great trading week.